I'm Arthur Scotland, AKA Scotty. I am now a retired judicial officer practicing law again. What was I thinking? At the Nielsen Merksmer Law Firm. I had a wonderful career in the law starting out as a deputy district attorney, then an deputy attorney general, and working in the governor's office for 4 years, and getting appointed to be a trial judge, and then Court of Appeal justice, and now practicing law again, and a member of the Kennedy Inn of Court for 32 years. My family didn't know any lawyers. I didn't know any lawyers. I didn't have any experience in the law except when I got a driving ticket, and had to go to juvenile court. Other than that, I went and was interviewed by a placement advisor at UC Davis, and she asked me lots of questions, and while I'm rambling, I'm sorry, but while she talked with me, I mentioned that I loved motorcycle riding and wouldn't it be cool to be a CHP motorcycle cop. And she remembered that, so then she sent me job announcements relating to my degree, or my pending degree, of a degree BA in psychology. I took that because it was the easiest thing in college. And she remembered the law enforcement angle, so she sent me a number of things, and one of them was for an investigator trainee with the Bureau of Narcotic Enforcement. And I thought, wow, drugs were starting to take off, and I thought, I'll help fight the war on drugs. And so I somehow made my way through the interview process, having never shot a gun or not taken any any criminal justice classes, and I somehow got hired, and I became an undercover narcotics agent for 2.5 years. I bought a lot of dope in my life, all legally, but I testified in court a lot and got really interested in the judicial process, and I thought, gee, maybe I could do that. So I went to law school and came to McGeorge because it was the best place for me, and the rest was history. United States District Judge Milton Schwartz was the driving force behind formation of the Kennedy Inn in 1988. Inspired by the vision and the mission of the relatively new American Inns of Court, he collaborated with then Ninth Circuit Judge Anthony Kennedy and the Dean of McGeorge School of Law, retired Judge Gordon Shaber, to create the Kennedy Inn with the help of Professor Skip Scully and attorney Ann Taylor Schwing. Their inspirational enthusiasm got a lot of other people involved, including Presiding Justice Bob Puglia, who was an excellent recruiter of judges and who demonstrated to law firms the value of having lawyers join the Kennedy Inn. The culture of the Kennedy Inn revolves around its collegial dinners and exceptional educational programs. Far better than lectures by talking heads, skits are the best way to present programs leading to robust discussions of the issues raised. Skits also are an opportunity for our members to display their other talents, like acting, singing, even being musicians, and it really enhances the culture of our learning experience. The primary change of the Kennedy Inn of Court is its size. Beginning with 64 members in 1988, it now has over 190 members with 52 judicial officers of federal and state trial and appellate courts and 18 law students from McGeorge School of Law. The Kennedy Inn Hammies Awards began 23 years ago. My vision was an awards presentation akin to the Academy Awards, in which Hammy Awards, a play on the slang meaning of the word ham, would be presented to Inn of Court members for categories such as best acting, best contribution to discussion, best emphasis on civility, ethics, and professionalism, and etc. It's fun. Indeed, the Hammy Awards have become coveted awards that are proudly and prominently displayed in the recipients' offices. Well, the Hammy Awards have evolved from an afterthought to a forethought, meaning that the thought about winning a Hammy Award, it becomes part of the calculus of the team's development of their programs. The most memorable programs for me are those that include audience discussions where members raise conflicting points of view about the issues raised. Our Hammy Award for Most Provocative Discussion was named for U.S. District Court Judge Larry Carlton and California Court of Appeal Justice Robert Puglia, who often disagreed, but always respectfully and civilly. The most memorable skit was when Connie, playing the role of a judge in a courtroom scene involving attorneys who were trying to skirt an issue, asked counsel, "How are you going to dance around this?" Then she got up on the bench, took off her robe, wearing a shining, sequined red dress and tap shoes, and tap danced on top of the bench. It was a fun memory and a wonderful way of showing that the members of our inn don't take themselves too seriously when they participate in the skits. Well, hands down, the Kennedy Inn is the most rewarding professional organization of which I've been involved in my over 49 years in the legal profession. In addition to learning a lot, I've made a number of very close friends that really have enhanced my life. I always look forward to Kennedy Inn Court Night. Unfortunately, in recent times, public discourse has lost the civility that it had when I was a young practitioner. It's also lost respect for the judicial system, lost respect for some courts. I'm not saying everybody, but members of the community. And the sad thing is that with computers today and algorithms, people are only hearing what they want to hear, and often it's not accurate information. And I've just seen a disintegration of civility and respect for opposing points of view. I've seen, frankly, self-censorship. The pause before wanting to express yourself on an issue simply because it might be disfavored by some people. It might act in a nasty and inappropriate way. So I think more than ever before, the inns of court are so important to demonstrate the value of civility and ethics and professionalism, and being able to agree or disagree with respect for each other and in a civil way. I hope that message can be continued for years and years to come.